Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Arena. We have Magic Men, aka Nessper, 80s fan, aka Shapis, Pinkrangers, going up against the BBs, the underdogs. We have Clump, Graar, and Silverkitty, the Rep Hunter Restoration Shaman. Now, I know Nessper went up against Evangeline's team before, and they did actually have a pretty even series, but I don't know, Evangeline is, I think, at the moment, the highest rated Rep Paladin on the ladder, so here we go. The gates have opened.
Yeah, Pinkrangers got to be careful with this comp. They do a lot of damage to Restoration Druids. 80s fan just got his gateway down, snap on a Graar, just get dotted. They're immediately getting onto Silverkitty with a clone onto Clump, Howl onto Graar, 3v1 onto Silver. He's going to get bopped out of that first kidney to answer the adrenaline rush. 80s fan gets locked on the UA there, so Silverkitty should be able to recover the opener.
Yeah, they're trying to get out as much initial pressure as possible. Clump now coming out with the wings. We'll have to see who he's targeting. Looks like Nessper is the target of choice for now, but with him spamming out that feint, it's going to be hard for them to actually finish him off. That is the BM Crows as well. Pinkrangers deciding not to use the Iron Bark, finally throwing it out onto Nessper, and that should counteract the wings and the BM Crows coming out from Gnar and Clump.
Yeah, those cooldowns are going to be fading. Clump's using his shield wall now. Nesper's probably close to that red buff. He wants to get onto Silverkitty. He cloaks offensively. Dark Soul coming out here as well. Silverkitty in a lot of trouble. He gets sacked onto the full kidney here. He's choosing not to trinket. He's waiting for the killing spree, dipping lower and lower, and 80s fans just going ham on the whole team. Graar's rotting. Clump is rotting as well. Silverkitty's trying to cast. He gets corroded on the cast. The killing spree comes out. He's going to go down here. Shirley drops the link with the bot, but his entire team is rotting. It's just doing nothing. Graar, in the meantime, is getting crushed at 9% HP. 80s fan is just destroying this team. He gets howled on his Aura Mastery, and it's going to be fading here soon.
Yeah, now Silverkitty caught into that full kidney shots. He decided to trinket immediately. He needs to get some healing out for his team. He has one Spirit Link left. Clump still has a sack and a bubble available, but this RLD is just completely on the offensive. They're trying to get some pressure onto Nessper, but he's able to easily get dispelled out of that Hodge from Clump by Pinkrangers. He's still getting chunked down very, very low, though, with that BM Crows. He does decide to just vanish it. That does remove the BM Crows, and now opening up onto Graar, who still has a Trinket and Deterrence available, but is he going to be able to get it off down to 20% HP, catching some big heals? Silverkitty into the full Howl of Terror from 80s fan, and the BBs is on the back foot completely. The second deterrence coming out, the bubble out of Clump. Can they somehow survive? It's not looking good for Graar, who has no cooldowns left. Silverkitty once again throwing out a second Spear Link, and he has nothing left.
Yeah, the Hodge comes out on the Nessper. They're trying to counter pressure, but he just gets the Iron Bark. He's just going to continue to run at Silverkitty. And that next kidney that's coming out right now could be the end for him. Killing spree comes out. He's surely going to go down. Clump's dying at the same time. Triple kill here for Magic Men in the first round on the Grand Arena.
Yeah, that was hard for them. I mean, they were going on to Nessper, but a couple of those Hodges there, they didn't have that cross CC, so he was just going to get dispelled right out of the Hodge, and nothing came from that. And Nessper doing a great job keeping that feint up whenever needed, but which is kind of all the time. But at the end there, 80s fan just doing work, just forcing this entire team defensive whenever he gets breathing room, and there it is. And he had plenty of breathing room considering they're going on Nessper. All right, so the very first map is going to go to
I'm loading if you have tried to queue you.
Magic Men. No, I didn't
Okay,
press it
I'm
yet.
out.
I am loading as well. There it
We're
is.
all loading.
I'm out. I'm running
You're
around.
out. Your computer's good.
Running around in Azeroth. It's okay. Something to note about the BM Crows on Rogues, though, is if they're not stunned, they can just vanish. And with the glyph, they have a 1-minute vanish. So basically, every single BM Crows, they can just vanish, and it completely whiffs the dot. So if they're not careful, they're going to be wasting one of their biggest offensive tools.
I feel like going Nessper is kind of them accepting that they might not be as strong of a team, so they're kind of just trying to give him, maybe like they know that he's going to be aggressive and try and give him that way, but I don't think it's going to happen to Nessper. He's probably died way too many times to get as good as he is to not die anymore. So I feel like their best targets are like Warlock Pet early on. I think he was running Sack Pet though, so that makes it even harder for Silverkitty. And I don't know, I've seen the most success from Ret Hunter when they're able to connect onto a Resto Druid. That's when you have the most damage. So either you can force his trinket by CCing him and going on the Warlock, trying to lock down the damage, or you can just start on him right away, hodging him, trying to go for it in the beginning. But going on to Nessper the whole game just makes me think that they already feel like they're going to get beat anyway.
Yeah, I'm just trying for some like sort of gimmicky win, because training down a rogue doesn't typically work as really anything. It's because of how powerful feint is, you were saying.
Yeah, I'm just asking this team what their next map choice might be. And then we'll jump right into the next one. This is a best of 3. And the map choice that they're going to choose is Dalaran, actually.
Oh, Dalaran. I was going to say they might want to choose something like Ruins of Lordaeron where they can have an easier time connecting onto Pinkrangers, but maybe they feel like they need that LOS.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I probably would have picked Ruins of Lordaeron if I was in their position as well. But here we go. I don't know. Dalaran is still a smaller map. I mean, it's definitely smaller than the Grand Arena, but it still gives places for Pinkrangers to hide, though. If they wanted to go on Pinkrangers. I feel like the Pinkrangers is the only viable option for this Ret Hunter team, but here we go. I don't know.
They might want to still go, if they're still going Nessper, Dalaran's pretty good because he's going to overextend behind the box, and they might not need cross CC if they just stun him down below. Whereas Ruins of Lordaeron, Pinkrangers is most likely always going to be in line of sight, so because they picked Dalaran, I still think they're going to keep that strategy, and as long as Nessper is wary of that, I don't see him dying.
Yeah. Yeah, the very first trinket Nessper did was on that Hodge, and he got that feint up right away, but that's all he needed really to press, and that was wings and BM Crows and everything on Nessper, so this Ret Hunter definitely has a lot of work to do against this RLD, but here we go. Round 2.
Gateway comes down. Sap on a Clump. Nesper's going to find a target here shortly. The Flare actually pulled him out. He's going to get the full kidney with the Mark for Death, using the Adrenaline Rush very early. Clump CC'd. He's not going to be able to bop him out like he did last time, and Haunts are flying onto Clump. 80s fan trying to rot him down. Force Silverkitty to have to heal multiple targets. He's trying to kite away from Nesper's Adrenaline Rush, but he just can't get away from it. Even getting howled now for damage at this point. Dark Soul gets popped. The Hodge onto Pinkrangers. Looks like they're pushing up to land the full trap. They land the full trap. 80s fan is pushing in, and he's just doing damage. There's no pressure coming out from the Ret Hunter, even though the Avenging Wrath is up. They're not getting anything done.
Yeah, 80s fan doing an excellent job using that Soulburn port to get away from those wings. And meanwhile, Nessper is still on the back of Silverkitty, who has to get that bop from Clump. Gnar getting chunked down by 80s fan. I think that was actually the Spirit Link that came out from Silverkitty that was immediately killed. No, that wasn't the Spirit Link, sorry, pardon me. But 80s fan just causing so much pressure, has that Demon Soul up. This is his second Demon Soul. Pinkrangers caught into that Hodge and the Smoke Bomb from Nessper, causing Gnar to use Trinket deterrence.
Yeah, he's still at 30%. Silverkitty's still getting cheap shot at 15% HP now. He's trying to feign death, trying to get away from here. 80s fan does get locked on the UA. It's going to slow his damage down, but Silverkitty has to get some casts off with this Ascendance or he won't be able to top his team off. He's going for the healing surges. He's getting them off. He gets garroted on the next one. Graar is still dipping low here. 80s fan seems to be the target here, but Pinkranger still has his Trinket and his Iron Bark, and now the full kidney coming onto Silverkitty. He's choosing to Trinket out of it, trying to get the Riptides rolling on his whole team. A nice Wyvern on a Pinkrangers. He's got to make sure he lands more CC. The Hodge out. 80s fan gets locked out here. He's going to triple Howl of Terror, though. Silverkitty's trying to play catch-up. The Murder of Crows comes out onto 80s fan. He gets locked on Haunt once again. Garrote coming out for damage at this point on Graar here. He's going for the barrage as he's pushing in for maybe the half-yard trap. But now he's in Africa, a distance from Silverkitty right now, and he's caught to the full kidney with no Trinket. Nessper trying to finish the game here, and he should be able to.
Pinkrangers pushing in for that bash clone on the Silverkitty. He has no trinket available for that. The deterrence is going to fade from Graar, and he's just going to go down. They're able to capitalize on the overextension of that hunter, and Pinkrangers just push in to finalize it with some CC on Silverkitty.
There it is, 2-0 coming out from Magic Men, but the BBs aren't out of the water just yet. I mean, they still have the losers bracket to fall back on, but I don't know. Here we go. That's going to be a quick 2-0 for this RLD. This RLD definitely seemed to have the composition advantage against this Ret Hunter team, but I mean, in a tournament format like this, it's going to be kind of hard to use just one composition to get through. You're going to get countered at least one time, right? But there it is. So who do we have up next?